Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another Halloween tutorial. I've been dying to do this. Since I saw Chrisspy do it last year on her channel. Now this is nowhere near as good as the one that she did. When it comes to Halloween makeup, things like this, I consider myself to be pretty new. I don't have a lot of time to practice and play with things, and so picking up on techniques is just literally just me watching YouTube. But I had a lot of fun with this, and I'm so glad I finally did it. And you know, for a first time, I'm pretty proud of it. So yeah, and I didn't go out and buy anything for this. Everything that I used to create this easy little skull look, I already owned. It was pretty simple, just some, you know, lashes and a lot of black and brown eyeshadows. But and you know what, and I did it the hard way. I went in with a bunch of different things, which you'll see shortly here. I just kept picking from all sorts of palettes just to try to get the right look, try to do the right thing. There are a few things I would do differently if I had the products available to me, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the way that it came out. And yeah, so if you want to see how I created this quick and easy skull tutorial, then just keep watching. Okay, so I already have my foundation, concealer, and brows on, so we're going to start with the eyes. Taking my Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, I'm using the third and fourth shade on the top row, which are pretty much just similar tan shades, and I'm just buffing that very messily all into my transition shade area. Yes, this look is really messy, really undone. You're supposed to look like a skull. You're supposed to look a little bit dead, so you don't have to be neat. Then taking the two dark brown shades at the bottom end of the palette, pretty similar on a smaller blending brush. I'm just buffing that into the natural crease line. Again, very messy. This was a hot mess. Like, the blending, I felt like I blended forever, but it was still a hot mess. I don't know, but it worked. You're supposed to look like that. So as you can see there, I had it all over. Then taking the black on a flat shader brush, I'm putting that all over the lid. Now in hindsight, I wish that I would have done my eyes first because that black shadow got everywhere. It's hard to see on camera, but I had it all over my face. So after you apply the black shade though, you just want to blend everything out, make sure it all goes together. And then I wanted a kind of a pop of color. I took the yellowish shade, kind of like Makeup Geek's Chickadee in the palette, and I buffed that on the transition shade. And then taking the black shade and making even more of a mess, I'm just lining the lower lash line. And then I take a smaller blending brush and just kind of buff that out so it's not as harsh, and then I get more black eyeshadow all over my face. It was a struggle. And then I took the Chickadee similar shade and buff that as well. And yes, I did put mascara, my eyelashes. These are the Cocoa Lashes Risque, and they're very big. I never used them, but they were perfect for this look. And then going into my Kat Von D eyeshadow palette, I'm just drawing on the cheekbone area, and I'm starting on the kind of like where I would contour and just bringing it down further, kind of close to my mouth. This was hard for me to do. It was just hard to blend out. I don't know if it was the foundation or what, because I didn't really set my face. But, you know, you live and you learn. And I'm also lining the jawline and the chin. And I'll also put a little bit of a shading underneath my lower lip. Be looking like I got a beard growing there. A little bit crazy, yes, girl. Shade in that beard. And then just kind of making a little swoop shape where I would normally put bronzer. I'm just kind of hollowing out the temple area, kind of like a skull. I wish I would have done this with a more precise brush, but you know, whatever. It worked. My hair covered it anyway, so it didn't really matter, you know. And then taking a smaller shader brush and the black shade in the Kat Von D palette, I'm just kind of sharpening up the contour area just to make it have a little bit more dimension and just be a little bit more obvious. I wanted to look really gaunt. So yes, again, blending, I had a hard time blending it out. So, you know, in hindsight, set your face before you be doing this, girls, unless you're using cream products, you know. Maybe I should have used cream products, but whatever. And then taking the contour palette by Kat Von D, I'm just taking the darker bronzer shades and just blending that out a little bit more. This helped a lot, those two shades. I rarely ever use those two shades, but they were perfect because it was such a, it's more of a cool tone palette. So it was perfect for this look, for this type of contouring. And then going into the eyeshadow palette, I'm mixing like 37 different shades together. And starting at my inner corner, I'm just brushing it up a little lightly to create that kind of like that frowny face look. And just, you know, above my eyebrows, shading it, not putting a lot of pressure at all. And then taking my Lottie London eyeliner pencil, I'm just drawing on the area of the nose. Now, I wish I would have had a felt tip liner to do this. I feel like it would have been easier to create those little points. But look how pigmented that is, though. So, pretty good, guys. For the mouth, I'm putting more of the foundation on my lips. Now, I used the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation because it was a little bit too light for me. And then I set it with a translucent setting powder. And then I also set my nose area so it was a little bit more matte, and I used the black in the Kat Von D palette. Now taking my NYX matte liquid liner, I started with the mouth, creating little smile lines first. Again, this would be so much easier with a felt tip liner, guys. I don't like felt tip liners, but for this, it would have made so much more sense. Very light pressure, but felt tip liner is the way to go. And then I decided that I didn't look dead enough, so I put some more black eyeshadow on my lower lash line and made a giant mess. So I tried cleaning it up with the peachy shade in the palette, and it helped a little bit, but it was still a hot mess. So I took some foundation and kind of cleaned it up a little bit, but it also actually really helped because it made me look whiter. So it was perfect for that skull look that I was going for. You know, gotta improvise. Not everything's perfect. And alright guys, that's the video. As you can see, you know, I had a couple struggles, blending this area out was kind of difficult for me. I don't know if it was the foundation I chose. I did use Kat Von D's Lock-It foundation, which I haven't worn in a while. I forgot how thick it was. But the reason why I used it is because it's a lot whiter than I am right now. It's I'm pretty tan right now, just naturally. So I wanted to use this, you know, to get that skull effect, and my concealer I use is also lighter than I normally do too. But, oh, and for the mouth, I don't know if I said it already, but if I had a felt tip liquid liner, I think that would have been better too, at least a lot easier. But again, as you can see guys, it was super easy, and you know, it's really easy if you mess up just to wipe it away and do it again really quickly just to get it the way you want it. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hold up.